back on board the Hallberg Rassy. We've got about an hour before the lifter comes in, the lorry, the low loader comes into the show, but the show's being dismantled very quickly. She's looking beautiful though, they polished her up for the show, so nice and clean, but plenty to do to stow everything and get her ready for sea again. Better get on with some work.
Well, we're back on Piri Piri. It's very exciting. We've just seen the boat come out of the hall and be lifted up by 4 cranes and put into the lorry, and now it's come down to the Rhine and we're in Big Willie, and as we speak the slings are going on and we're ready to be launched, and then we'll be off on our way back to Sweden.
To do 50 nautical miles down to a little stop we have to get the engine serviced. The miles we'd done to get the boat to the show and the miles we do to get back, the engine hours were needing a service, so we've had 2 local engineers come on board. They've changed the oil filter, the impeller, and both the primary and secondary fuel filters. They've done a very nice clean job for us. And we're getting ready to go now. Going to get some food and then we're off down the last bit of the Rhine and we'll turn on to the IJssel tonight.
Fish?
Fish.
Yep. Die Nudel.
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 Pasta.
Probeer eens another one. Die Meeresfrutti.
Meeresfrüchte. Seafood.
We've said goodbye to Marco. We just dropped him off at the end of the Rhine and we're just about to take the fork on the starboard side into the River IJssel. Marco's been fantastic help, really good, and knows lots of people locally and was able to help us with many things. Come out onto a very windy and chilly River IJssel, but we're still making 8 knots now, which is good. We've still got the engine at 2,300 revs, just ticking over already. We've got a couple of knots of current with us. The wind on the nose at times, it's very cold and chilly, but making good progress. We're doing half an hour on and an hour off on the watch system. It's nice, you can come in the tent and get warmed up, and you've got an hour to recuperate and then go out and steer. It's no good for the auto helm on the river because it's just too tight really, and things can go wrong quite quickly. And it's just nice to get out there and helm, even if you've got to rug up warm. We're making good way down the River IJssel and we should get to Lake IJssel tonight. Got to take some fuel on board. But yeah, it's all going well. This is a nice easy bit. The North Sea awaits.
So we are in the lock. We just left the Lake IJssel and we're waiting for the lock to open to go to the Baltic Sea. Then we go to the Frisian Islands in between them, and then we are going to enter the North Sea and then heading for the German Bight, and next stop is the lock for the Kiel Canal.
I've just woken up It's 7:30. I'm back on watch after having 4 hours off watch. It was very much needed. We left on the River IJssel in Duisburg yesterday morning at 8:30. In another hour, there'll be 24 hours, and we'll have covered 170 nautical miles, which is absolutely fantastic. The rivers were fast with the currents, and we stopped for diesel, which was great. And we exited through the Frisian Islands, through Wieland and to Schelling. And as I've got up this morning, the light is dawning behind me in the east. With 92 miles to go to the entrance to the Elbe. So we should be in by this evening. Very light winds all day, so it should be nice motoring today. So the sea's nice and calm, and one of the things everybody enjoys at sea is a bit of time to cook. I've just come off watch, it's the afternoon. We won't be having dinner till 6 o'clock this evening, but got time to do it now. I'm going to make a chorizo and sweet potato, carrot stew. Chop it, cook it, and then let it simmer and then heat it up later. It's nice cooking, especially when the boat's level, and it is today. The swell's dropped, and it's a very easy cooking. Nice thing to do. Sun's shining and glinting in the windows. Mark's reading the book, Susan's on watch, and yeah, it's a good day. Very happy. Well, we just caught the flood tide up the River Elbe, and luckily the lock was just opening as we got here, so we're straight into the lock alongside one big coaster, and we can lock in at Bronsbottle, but we're not allowed to transit the canal in the dark, so we're going to find a spot to tie up a couple of 100 metres into the canal. Well, we've done it. All the Kiel Canal today. Nice cruise at 7 knots, 2,400 revs on the engine. It's 96 kilometres, 56 nautical miles, and in the winter it's a stretch of the daylight hours. But we're in the last lock, and we're just about to lock out of the Kiel Canal. Yeah, the gates are going. Better go and get on the helm. We're on the Baltic now. We got out of Kiel yesterday and we set out to the Baltic, and luckily it's flat calm. We've got mirror conditions and just beautiful. It's 250 miles up to Ellös, so we should be there in less than 48 hours. Good conditions for motoring along, very nice. So we've got some fog this morning. We had a lovely bright sunny start, and the sun warmed the land, but the sea is only 5 degrees in the Baltic, so that cold air has been warmed up by the breeze coming off the land and condensed all the air to form all the moisture and the fog and the mist. We've got the radar on, we've switched the radar on so we can use that. It's very good radar. It picks up the channel markers and the land and any boats that aren't using AIS. We're out of the shipping lanes and we're in reasonably shallow water, so we're in a safe position. If it does reduce any more, less than half a mile, we'll reduce speed. We're keeping a good watch and keeping a good eye on the radar. Let's hope it lifts soon. Good morning! We've only got 45 miles to go. We motored up the east coast of Denmark, tucked in tight so that when the wind came, which it has now, you can see behind me, the wind's come southwesterly, we can go east or northeast across the top to Ellös in Sweden and have the seas behind us. So big enough now to pick up the boat. Well, we've got surfing on the waves, 8, 8.1, 8.2, 8.4, 8.5 knots. The sea temperature's only 6 degrees here now, positively warm. But, looks like it's going to be a nice day. We should get in at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
So we're just approaching Ellös, having been at sea for 48 hours. We did 200 miles yesterday, which was amazing. And it's so beautiful. I think we wish for a better end to an amazing trip.
So we're back in Sweden at Ellös in Hallberg Rassy's yard. 6 days, 750 nautical miles, and we averaged just under 8 knots, which is fantastic. The rivers ran well with us, and we hit the tides just right, and the wind blew behind us today. So fantastic passage, very quick boat under motor. Would be fantastic to sail, but great boat to motor, great to live on, and just very well built. Didn't have to fix anything. It was a pure quality boat, which is great fun. So we're back now and we're cleaning and tidying up and get our flights home tomorrow. I just spoke to Hallberg Rassy and they were very pleased, and they had a great show. They said that they've never seen a boot Düsseldorf so busy, and they sold boats, which is good news. So yeah, on with the cleaning and on to another job, but that was a pretty special one.